Surviving Reality contains explicit content full of snark and sarcasm that may not be suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to Surviving Reality.
I'm Corey.
And I'm Carly. And this week we are joined by Amye and Amanda of Little Miss Recap.
And we're talking Season 2, Episode 5 of Gypsy Rose, Life After Lockup, and The Father Is. As Gypsy and Ken wait for the results of their paternity test, the internet weighs in. To get a break from the scrutiny, Gypsy plans a baby moon with the hope that she and Ken can inject a little passion back into their relationship.
Enjoy the episode and be sure to check out the show notes for everywhere you can find Little Miss Recap.
Oh my
I'll start.
God.
I'll be the teacher in the room. Hi, kids. It's Little Miss Recap and Surviving Sister Wives. We're here together. Welcome.
Woohoo.
We're surviving reality.
Yeah.
Surviving
are.
reality, right?
Yeah.
This is on Surviving Reality, but man, what an episode. It was.
So you chose me to start it off and I did it wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
we're
We'll go
rolling with it, you
We'll
know?
go with it.
That's
all
our
part-
own fault.
It's all part of the
This is not
experience.
the rehash.
This is
but
what
we're,
yeah.
yeah.
This is what I get for not being prepared. This is that's all
I know, you
get.
know what it is? My brain was like, what do we do after we say hello and welcome in the whole intro?
Yeah, I think I'm so stuck. Like, if I didn't do the intro, now I'm just like, well, I have.
I don't know how to
idea what
begin.
The whole
yeah.
thing falls apart.
I am
I am
programmed.
gonna be that
The
nerd
wheels fall
girl
off fast.
One trick
to ask,
pony.
Is it okay that Carly has no waves coming
Oh yes.
through Zencaster? Okay,
Yes.
just want to make
Oh.
sure.
Okay. All good.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
a good
just
double
wanna make
check.
sure.
It's purposely done.
It's a good
Okay,
double check.
all cool. Cool.
You know what? That you just know more than us about this kind of stuff. So I just trust that Corey's got it.
Yeah, Corey's got it figured out.
All
We
good.
do always have a tech issue at the beginning, though.
At the beginning.
I am going to call you out for that.
Oh.
The rest of it goes
nice.
fine.
At the begin. What? At the beginning of what? At
Amanda,
this?
get
We're
the
all
pop-
muted.
Write it out.
Well, we were muted, but I figured it out before they even joined. They wouldn't have even known about it if you hadn't said
Guys,
anything.
who do you think is right here? Red for Corey, blue for Carly. Vote. Leave the vote. Leave your comment in the chat.
Get
Leave
a
it.
scientific poll going.
Well, that
Very
scared Leo. He's out. He can't even handle Ryan Anderson. Nor can I,
Ryan-
to be honest.
Ryan, I know we're going to get into it, but Ryan is such a trash human being.
Yeah, he's
He-
garbage.
He
Yeah.
knows they did not have sex in the window of conception. He knows this.
He
And he's
10%.
still like, I don't know.
The 10% of him knows that it's definitely not his.
Please describe what that means.
Yes. What 10% are we talking about here?
Maybe there was sleepwalking involved. I don't know.
There
Ooh,
could
maybe
have
it's a
been, yeah.
Nick Davis.
He's not sure.
Seeking sister wife. He just like banged her in the way to the kitchen in the middle of the night, and she didn't even know it happened.
So I'm going to be real honest. I didn't take a lot of notes. I hope someone else did.
We're good. We
We had
got
some
you
notes.
covered.
Yeah,
Okay,
we had
cool.
a few notes.
Yeah.
I have some, but not. Okay, so can we just get a feel of how we're feeling this season? It seems like there's a missing ingredient.
Is there something missing for you, Abe?
There's something missing.
Someone missing.
Is it
It's a draw.
the umami? The
A draw.
umami? I can never say that word properly. Of the Gypsy Rose story.
I think it's Oodaddy for
Udaddy.
for
Yes, it's not the
Amy.
umami, it's the Udaddy.
Where is Rod? Where is he? Oh, we get
He
a lot
is-
next week.
Yeah, I
He's
think
bobbing
we're gonna
out in the
hold thing
ocean.
next week.
We had a feeling like if we knew that if we did a crossover with you guys, Rod was going to show up in some capacity, and unfortunately, it was in the next week on.
In the
And
next
so we were
one.
like, "Oh, we were so close."
So he is, oh God, that man is so hot. The way he takes command of that boat out there.
He's got the captain's hat
I was
on.
going to say, you going to go
He's
get
like
your boating
ready-
license?
He's ridiculing Ken. Like, you moron. It's a dolphin.
I'm here for the ridiculing of Ken. If we could just take him on a boat and just read him for filth the whole time, I'm here for that.
Ken's animal facts, and
Yeah, I was
that
gonna,
would
that's
be.
a Carly Animals fact.
Is that a
segment
orca?
coming.
Yeah, orcas and dolphins, mammals.
Cats and dogs living together.
Orcas like Shamu number 5.
Much more likely than a dolphin.
Amanda did not realize that they kept replacing the Shamu.
We're on like Shamu Part 5.
I had to break
didn't
it to
know
her. I had to break it to her.
Oh,
my
yeah.
childhood dreams were shattered in that moment.
Well, better than you can't replace Tillicum, so
No,
a little
Yeah.
different.
no.
Carly's
Okay, so
close encounter with
Blackfish-
Tillicum.
Yeah, I have a photo from being at SeaWorld.
It's true.
And it's Tillicum.
That's it.
Really?
That's
He has the
in
little
the
wilted.
flesh.
The original.
The
We had to
OG.
check. We had to check
The
after the
OG.
doc. Yeah.
That movie really imprinted on me. I will not go deep into this, but my documentary reference often is Blackfish, just like my film reference is Grease or Titanic.
Yes. This
I mean,
is true.
Outside of those 3 films, what have you had to watch?
I was gonna say there's crossover probably between Titanic and Blackfish, maybe just from the aquatic references.
Yes.
Grease, I'm at a loss. I'm stretching to make that connection.
There is no Venn diagram. There is none.
That's the odd one out.
Other than Amy loves it. That's it.
Right. Yeah, that's
it.
the connection point, and that's good.
Yeah.
Well, we're
go
back in
ahead.
this episode, and we're still at the strip mall paternity test place.
All right.
$1,900.
To expedite it.
How much
I
of that?
missed that.
How much of that was the expedition fee? Do you
That's what
think?
I'm wondering. Like,
Yeah.
was it 300 of it?
Was it like 1,200?
Oh, I'm going to guess
of
it was more like 1,000.
Yeah,
of it.
like-
I'm going to guess it was way more. And then, but why expedite? I mean, I get that you want to know, but like, you
Okay.
didn't need to know tomorrow.
I'm questioning my life choices if I need to expedite a paternity test. But I'm sure people have had to do it. Gypsy's just one of them.
For
Mhm.
no
mhm.
reason, though.
But
It's not like it's going to change anything legally if she gets it any faster. It's
No.
just to talk to the
Well,
online haters.
And
It
the baby's not,
depends.
and the baby's not coming tomorrow.
It depends.
We're
Is it
not
at
like
the end of the
39
month.
and a half weeks
She
pregnant.
needs to get that revenue in, baby.
That's
before the end of the month.
revenue, baby.
Needs to put that video.
Yeah, got to take advantage of the creator fund.
Mhm.
Oh man. No, I think the blood draw in and of itself too. I mean, I don't do great with needles and blood work and stuff too. So I mean, I don't think. Luckily, I haven't passed out in the process for anything. But I've never like given blood, like donated blood either, though, because
Oh,
it
no,
just
me
freaks me
either.
out.
My kids do it.
Wow.
No, not me.
I had blood work this morning and it was like 10 vials or some shit. I was like, I was waiting to Gypsy Rose all over us and I was fine.
No.
Because I apparently can handle things.
Oh gosh. How much
was-
orange juice did you drink after?
0, because I'm an
No.
adult. I
Oh,
can handle it.
Wow. Wow.
Sorry.
Wow.
It was really
Wasn't
judgy. I
it
know.
kind of
I know
like-
it has something to do with anything.
I'm impressed,
Bodies
though.
are weird.
It was perplexing, though, that she had an issue with that. Wouldn't you think she'd be like the most prepared to get
I would
one
think
I
vial
think
of blood
it brings
taken?
up the trauma.
It's the trauma.
I think so.
Yeah.
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 There's got to
That
be
makes
something
sense.
in there.
Yeah, I think it gave her a lot of anxiety.
Yeah, because when she was first reacting at the end of the last episode, I thought she was having a panic attack. It didn't
Mhm.
seem like she was, passing out just from the blood draw. It wasn't that much that was taken, but
Yeah.
I would love for her to dive deeper into like her medical trauma.
Like we said last episode, I was asking Amanda last episode, we never see her cry. And she's
Ever.
had some real shitty things happening to her. And like, she just, and I don't think it's because she's like a sociopath, like some people will say. I think she's just so cut off from her emotion. She can't even access them.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
It's
That was
wild
something
to
we were
me.
talking about with this episode that plays into her fixation on the physical relationship.
with Ken.
I think she has a
specifically?
real issue with any type of emotional connection with other people and maybe even her own emotion to her own connection or her own connection to her own emotions,
Mhm.
that there's like a switch that flipped maybe from disassociating through all the trauma that she was going through.
Yeah.
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 Like, sex is easy because she doesn't have to actually open up.
Well, and that's like
Yeah.
the sign. Yeah, it's a manifestation of like, oh, things are going well. Like we're
Mhm.
good, and it's like that's the replacement for it becomes like a regulator for the relationship then.
Yeah.
Wow. That got deep real
Was
quick.
that a
was
deep
deep.
read?
Wow.
All right. Let's get back
Let's get
to
funny again.
Yeah.
The
Do you want us
weirdest
to get
part,
funny again? Red
Yeah.
for yes, blue for no.
Why doesn't he pick other colors? Why is it always red and blue? What if
Because
someone's
he's trying to
colorblind?
further divide this country.
What if someone's colorblind? They don't even know what to do.
Red
It's
and
not
blue, yeah.
fair.
Maybe
is
he could
tough.
pick emojis. I think that would be
Yes.
fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the fire
Heart
emoji.
for him, shit emoji for Ken.
Clown.
Ken.
Yeah, clown
The
for
clown.
Ken. Oh, man. 10% of me wants to do clown for Ken. but I know that'd just be disrespectful, and I don't want to be.
Even though I call him a home wrecker.
I'm all about
Okay.
respect.
You
Yeah.
can
all about
use.
respect.
You can choose to use whatever emoji you want. I won't judge.
Wow, the physical embodiment is even better.
Carly, does he just walk around the house and do that? Because I would be doing it nonstop.
There are a lot of impersonations that take place in this household.
Mhm.
Well, we were watching Love on the Spectrum, and I was picking up on all of Connor's Jim Carrey lines because I was like, "Yep, he's a fan of Jim Carrey too," and like I knew.
I've
all
never
of those.
seen it.
He's
Oh,
like,
it's such a delight.
It's so good.
It's just joy.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
probably watch through it again.
yeah, we already
it's
binged
just
the third
sweet
season.
joy. We can't make fun of it. We can't cover it. It's just
I don't
happiness.
Yeah,
Just watch.
No,
That's
that's
for
our
us.
guilty pleasure.
That's for us.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
even guilty. It's just
No.
good.
It's just sweet.
Well,
Just
I might
good.
watch it like 3 or 4 more times. So I think
It's
that's
kind of like I watch Virgin River. It's just so sweet and perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Do-
Or my Toxic Cowboys over on Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, what is Toxic Cowboys? It sounds-
Oh, you know what Toxic Cowboys are, Carly.
Toxic cowboys in white stitch denim.
Oh boy.
Did you guys
Oh,
think
man.
that like maybe it wasn't an official part of the test for the nurse to take photos of them?
That felt unnecessary.
The
It
headshot.
was like a mugshot.
Yeah, mugshot. It was, but like an old timey one where it was you had to hold up a card with like your information on it too.
I
It is
almost,
very
I almost
strange.
went into my Meredith Brooks, Amanda, which
Oh,
I rolled out
no.
today.
Oh no.
Meredith Brooks kind of talks like an old timey criminal out the side of her mouth.
Yeah.
What is wrong? She didn't invite me to that party. No, I don't know why the photos were happening. I'm guessing Gypsy's just somebody who needs everything as fucking documented as it can be.
I guess.
I kind of can't blame her.
I
I know.
can't.
You know,
I know.
I wouldn't trust anybody.
I thought like, man, she's definitely texting this to some friends after this.
Okay, I just realized something. Maybe she had to expedite the paternity test because she wanted to do it while they were filming
Oh, that
Could
have
be.
been,
to
yeah.
show that there were
But-
no shenanigans.
But they're gonna film until the baby's born.
You think?
Oh yeah.
This feels like one
We're
of
gonna
those.
see the baby be born on this season.
We are?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, in the
That'd be
coming
good.
attractions. It's the two of them in the hospital.
So
Mhm.
Rod's going to be there.
He'll be there
No.
eventually.
No.
Amy would invite him in the room for the birth.
Oh, yeah.
She needs the support.
With a good front
Mhm.
seat view.
Splash zone.
Next to stepdaddy Paul. You can put him right there.
with the camera, the one-time
Until it comes in
disposable
there.
use camera. To wind it up.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, we're gonna talk about the episode?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. No. Well, parental support was there a little bit, I guess. Christy was attempting to show them how to use like a pack and play, I guess. Is that
Okay.
what this was?
Okay. Nothing was more relatable to me than Christy and Gypsy trying to collapse the stroller. Oh, the way that they make these things. And I have a theory too. After seeing Christy with her bad bangs in her natural environment, I'm thinking her and Gypsy literally just sit there, her on the couch, Gypsy on that chair, on their phones the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't even think they talk to each other.
Not often.
Very
I
Amber
bet you
Portwood.
Christy's just sitting there vaping and making friends with TikTok. That's what we've learned. I don't even know if she
It is-
vapes, but
And preparing for
Safe
her-
assumption.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
a safe assumption. Preparing for hurricanes though, because that's still the line that I'll randomly quote out where it's, "Oh, I gotta go get my rain gear on."
that was so wild.
Laying on the couch, violently
Why would
ill.
you let a film crew in your house when you are on death's door? And Gypsy's just sitting there like, wow, that must suck. Having to go out there sick and do all this.
Don't you have like a guy that you can call to come do this
Right.
stuff?
So
My mom conned people all over the country to do shit for us. Can't you just like farm this out? Come on.
Call somebody.
So when Ken is putting together the stroller, when he's doing, it had a feel of like feats of strength. Like he was being tested in some way.
Well,
And
He passed.
it was like it's
did.
like the neurodivergent challenge accepted sort of moment where it was like, none of us have been able to figure this out. We read through the instructions.
Mhm.
We watched the tutorials. It's impossible. And it's like, give me like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes with it. Let me see what I can do.
Could you imagine the pressure of putting, like, assembling something or disassembling something with not only your future mother-in-law staring at you judging, but a TV crew?
Film crew.
No, because we once assembled a pack and play.
Mm.
And let me tell you,
It was a one.
that pretty much convinced us, like, let's never do this.
I think we're good. I think we're good on this.
Let's not make more people.
I
We don't want to do
understand.
this again.
I understand.
The instructions, they're just like snip or snap.
Snip
Clip.
and snap.
Snip, snap,
Snip,
snip,
snap.
snap.
What does
snip,
that mean?
Snap, 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 snap. And
Clip.
don't forget, I had the double strollers, which are even worse. I had the
Ooh.
like tandem stroller
Uh-huh.
and then the side by side. It's a nightmare.
It's
That's why when Ken is like, I'm just going to drive the stuff back and forth. I'm like, okay.
Okay, sure,
okay.
Jan.
No,
Mhm.
No, you're not.
Wait till they have to upgrade.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, it seems like I think Gypsy's ready to pull the trigger on another one.
it's well. She's,
Jesus. And I love how when he gets it, Christy's going, is he getting it? Is he getting it?
That's-
Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Son
And
of a
you know,
bitch.
2 seconds later, she's in the corner finger banging herself because
Whoa.
she's so into Ken.
Whoa.
She's
You
so
think?
into him.
She's
It's-
real into Ken.
It's as easy
Yeah.
as 1, 2, 3. That's what it is.
And Ken is kind of into her. Don't forget when he hugged her, when he met her, he's like, I love your hair.
Oh,
And then
And
she's
she
like,
said,
you
I
smell
smell
good.
you smell
Oh,
nice.
wow.
Yeah. Mm.
Ooh, wouldn't
Ooh,
that be a great twist? That
Oh
Ken
my
and
God, if
Christy get
Christy's banging
together?
Ken.
Well, that would free Rod up.
I mean,
this is
Are
yeah,
we ready?
working.
Are we
Should we
ready for a
encourage
seeking
it?
brother husband
working.
situation, Amy?
We're ready for it.
Okay.
We're ready.
Bless.
Gypsy does have to make it very clear, everyone, that she is getting the non-invasive procedure. She's not getting the amniocentesis. So I don't know
She's-
what that looks like. I don't know
Yeah.
if they go up there and do a little snip, snap, snap, snip.
Mhm.
No,
I
it's
don't know
a
what it looks like.
huge ass needle they stick in your belly.
That's the amnio, though, right?
Yeah.
That's what. Yes.
Right.
Oh,
What's the non-invasive?
Oh,
It's
it's
just
just
the
blood
blood.
test.
she just got a
The blood
How
work.
can
a
they
little-
do it through the blood test?
Because there's going to be certain antibodies in her blood and stuff like that.
I think it's a fake. I think the baby really is Ryan's.
That leaves the 10% up to it's growing now.
bad
Yeah.
science. We can't trust it.
Did Aurora Urker come out with a little sweat towel? Because that'll be our tell-all. We'll know. Aurora Urker.
Did I put my P in Gypsy's V and my S lived up there for about 3 months? Maybe. Maybe. Maybe.
I don't know how these things work.
A little wrestling belt on her.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God.
The Cody Rhodes, the special. There was a lot of TikTok clips and just various amounts of TikToking that was happening here. A
Very
lot of speculation, a lot of just burns on Ken and just horrible speculation stuff about Gypsy, how it's, oh, look at this, it's an unnecessary procedure on her baby, like mother, like daughter.
Yeah.
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 I thought some of those were probably over the line in a lot of
yeah.
circumstances, especially since it was Ryan's lawyer who was making the claim that they did the amniocentesis. There we go. Version instead of the non-invasive. So I feel like that was probably why it was so off base for me, was where it was like that wasn't even what happened, but then there's still people who are spiraling off of that.
It's so gross. Like she has to essentially get this done to shut these people up. She knows damn well he's not the father.
Everyone knows.
He knows he's not the father, but she has to do it to shut these people up, and then they criticize her for doing it.
Mhm.
And I think that was what Ken was kind of trying to make that point in the past few episodes, was like, hey, you're doing this to kind of prove everyone wrong, but even if you did, there's still going to be people who just don't believe you outright, or they still don't trust it, or there's going to be something else that they come up with that they're just going to rip on you for.
Yeah. Yeah. We had a conversation last week when we were talking about, I asked Amanda, I posited the question, would Gypsy Rose, because remember, there was a lot of support for her when she first came out of prison.
Yeah.
Would she have still been regarded that way if she had never done the show or never gotten on TikTok?
I think TikTok is probably the harder part for that. I think the following, like the instantaneous millions of followers
Yeah.
overnight was where it
Mhm.
was like, that is what kind of turned people against her was, oh, you're using this for the purposes of fame. I think it was probably not helped for that. Well, I mean, Casey
super
Anthony-
ironic.
Casey Anthony's trying to get on TikTok now, you know? So
Yeah.
it's like, hey.
It's super ironic. These people, like, she gets on TikTok, she gets millions of followers. Her then millions of followers are pissed off at her for having millions of followers and then using that to her advantage.
Well,
I mean, I'm going to be honest. If I had millions of followers on TikTok tomorrow, I'd be exploiting the shit out of that and make
Wow.
as much money as I can
wow.
for as long as I can.
Make her
Why
famous,
not?
guys.
Right. Gypsy's not going to go get a job at the 7-Eleven.
Right. She's not doing business lady things in a business lady office.
And I would like to point out that Top Mom actually, in my opinion, killed her child. So there's that difference.
True.
And also never went to jail. So there's that difference.
Mhm.
Like Gypsy
True.
did her time.
I agree.
People
with that.
seem
Yeah.
to forget this.
Yes.
Also, they're mad at her for doing the things that they first put out there. Like, we saw the side by side of Ryan and Dee Dee, and then they were like, ew, she should have the ick. She did. She stopped having sex with him. Clearly.
Yeah.
very early.
Right.
They
apparently.
she moved on to another relationship, maybe not in a great fashion. She should have waited. But,
But who amongst us?
you know, it's like everything she does, they're upset about whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She
I
can't
just-
win.
No.
She never
No.
will.
Yeah.
No.
You kind of
it's
just
a
have
shame.
to accept it. Like, there's,
It's almost
You're
like she's a woman. Did I say
you
that out
know,
loud?
I thought about, you know, a lot of men who have gotten away with crimes, and
Yep.
where's everyone on the internet making
Look
their
at it.
life
I'm
a
like
nightmare?
begging for them to release Eric Menendez. I'm part of the problem.
Yes, you are.
The juice was loose at the beginning of this episode.
You
So
are so
technically.
trashy. Jesus Christ.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
there was no Ford Bronco, though. Oh, well, what? I don't know. What was Bri driving around?
That was a Dodge.
Oh, that was a Dodge. Never mind.
yeah.
Never mind.
Okay.
So
All
close,
right.
you guys.
Yeah.
So
The Rent a
close.
Friend Bri.
Can we
that
talk
one?
about Bri for a
Bri.
minute?
Oh, yeah.
Bri.
Let's
I
talk a
ha-
lot about Bri.
I have
Now,
a lot of
we know
notes.
We know that Christy does not have good boundaries. We saw it with Ken.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I'm thinking it's also present with Bri.
Mm-hmm.
No boundaries.
Also, not a good judge of character.
Not trusting
No.
Christy.
I'm concerned about Christy. I don't think that she should be signing Gypsy up for friendships or relationships.
Agree.
Or anything.
Mm-mm.
I mean, she just happened to get lucky with her stud of a husband. But that's the only good decision she made in her life.
But I think
Even a broken clock is right twice a day. You know, she had to hit it once.
Ken's on the downturn.
She hit it
though.
more than once.
Oh, she hit it. Oh,
she was
boy.
hitting it last episode in
Boy.
Texas.
I think Ken's on the downswing though when it comes. You look at those photos of when they first met when she was in prison, and it was like
Yeah.
Ken was, he was doing all right for himself there. And then a couple years go by, and it's like, well, now we're kind of thinning on top, but we got a couple of things going on here with the hairline.
The stress of being in a relationship.
I
Maybe.
wonder-
So, yeah.
Never mind. I was going to say something real dark. Never mind.
Ooh.
Now you
Well,
have
now I'm interested.
All right. Everybody turn away for a minute. I wonder if he's on the Roundup diet.
Oh.
to. Shit. What?
Oh.
God.
I'm sorry.
We have to fear for her safety now.
Oh God, your special place
Who
in hell
was
for you.
Dee Dee was poisoning her mother, right?
Her mother, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
And Gypsy
Dee Dee's-
thought it was her vitamins
Dee Dee's not around, so we're all marked safe from the
from the
Roundup
Roundup
diet.
diet.
Is she? Maybe she's back.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe.
Little Aurora.
Maybe. Mm.
Aurora.
Waiting for that.
That's a rough name.
It's a
Aurora.
real rough name. She
Well,
would have been
especially-
much better off as Aurora Anderson or Aurora Blanchard.
Well, and to go Indiana Jones about it, where she's named after the dog, so it's
Yeah,
just,
that's also a
it's
problem.
just
Mhm.
that's a whole other level, I think, for it. Another dynamic that's in there. But Bri is not a friend. I don't think I would classify her as a friend necessarily. This is like a person who is I don't
Thirsty?
think like not nefarious. It's not nefarious yet, but like there's a benefit here. This is kind of like
she's waiting for it to pay off.
Yeah, I think this is an investment in her future at this point.
Listen, if Christy Blanchard friended me on TikTok and was like, come hang out with Gypsy, I'd be like, okay.
Just so you can see Rod.
Just to
Say
see
less.
what's going on down there in the bayou.
Say less.
We got to get you to cut off,
to
girl.
get eyes on that.
Do Ubers go to cut off?
I guess not. I think part of this is that they need a driver for Gypsy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bri's the wheelman now, and I like that's what's going on. Bri looks very different on broadcast television cameras than she does on TikTok, so that was throwing me off too a little bit because I was like, oh, that's the same person. Okay, so now I'm with it, and I'm in there. Okay, that's Bri. Did they
It's
need
like me when the Instagram filters first came out. People would meet me in real life. They're like, whoa, who's this?
Like,
Who are you?
oh, you don't have deer ears? I'm
Right,
so
different
shocked.
person shows up. So there's not natural stars and sparkles around you? No.
Did they need a reservation at this restaurant that they went to for lunch? They had a 1:00 reservation.
It didn't look like a reservation kind of place.
It didn't.
No.
It looked like a shoes and shirts. No shoes, no shirt,
Is
no
it optional?
service.
No
think it's
shirts,
optional.
no shoes. We'll give you some service. That kind of thing.
No, I think he's saying it's the kind of place that they have to put that on the door because it's real sketchy as to
Oh,
who may
okay.
or may not
I
come
thought
in
it
with
was-
shoes or shirt.
I thought he was saying it was the kind of place that wouldn't even put that on the door because they
No.
don't care.
No shit. Yeah.
All right.
The kind of place Britney Spears would wander into with no shoes on.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Back in the
Looking for a
day.
Coke
Remember
Mhm.
that?
or a Pepsi.
Yeah, there was like, what was it? Like just like a sheet of paper pulled over the tops of all the tables?
It wasn't full. I mean, like
guys-
It looked fine, but it wasn't reservation fancy.
I don't think you
no.
needed. Yeah, there was no need for a reservation either.
Well, it reminds me of like when you go to the shore,
Mhm.
and you're at the seafood places, and they just roll the paper out because
Yeah.
you're just eating right there on the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. They just quick
Maybe-
cleanup.
and it was a seafood place, so that's probably what was going on.
Just
They're
like
prepping
being
for
at
the
the
crawfish.
just like being at the gynecologist's office, you know.
Yikes.
Woo! Is Rob there too?
You wish. You wish.
Amy's waiting for that rubber glove to snap. Yeah. What's up? What's up, Rod?
I need someone to tell Gypsy though that like she's not the only person in her 30s who's having a hard time making friends because they can't go to bars or clubs. Like does she not realize that that's not really where the friendships are occurring anymore?
Yeah,
I think she.
How does somebody like Gypsy Rose make friends?
It's almost impossible. Because how do you know someone is there for like legit reasons?
Right. You might have trolls like me hanging around just
Right.
to get the
Or
spy
Bri.
on your dad.
Or Bri.
Or
Yeah.
Bri.
Yeah.
There was maybe hope for like a mommy and me class, you know, meet some
Mm.
similar people, but
That's-
She did seem to really warm up to that doula last week.
yeah.
Yeah, but that was
Is
more
she
of a
gonna be like-
one-on-one.
Is she going to be one of those people who like all of her friends are her service providers?
Oh,
Very
like
Mary Brown.
Tiger Lily?
Mary
No,
Brown.
Michelle from Married at First Sight.
Yes. Yes.
Her brow technician's like her best friend.
Yes.
I get it.
Yeah, I do see that in her future a little bit.
Or Jen Shaw. All of her friends are just people
That's
she
true.
pays.
You mean the Shaw Squad?
Right, the Shaw
Squad
squad.
Shaw or whatever the fuck it is.
And people she punches in the face. So
We're
not there yet.
We're doing Real
Oh, yeah.
Housewives of Salt Lake City, like season 1, episode 1,
yes, that's good.
and it's
something
we're
else.
enjoying it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
disengaging.
it's an experience.
I'm disengaging.
Mm.
hmm Yeah. So they're going on a Babymoon, but first, Bri takes her for a quick stroll through the sex store. Did we need this?
Is this really where we go to buy our lingerie when we're knocked up? Really?
You
Did
know,
we need to hear about Ken's cock ring?
Mm.
Ken hasn't heard about his cock ring
yeah,
yet.
he doesn't know.
He's the last to know.
By the way, Ken finds out everything after everyone else. He finds out the paternity of his baby. He
Mhm.
finds out that Gypsy bought a
Mhm.
cock ring. Like, this poor,
Mhm.
I never thought I'd say this poor guy.
I know. I'm
I don't
starting to feel
like him,
bad
but this
for
poor
him.
guy.
Yeah, this is. I want to have a whole discussion about Ken later, but for right now, let's focus on Corey. You're right. Like, this is really interesting that she talked very openly about their sex life,
Mm-hmm.
but without much emotion or depth to it. And she was just like, she says, I was abused as a kid. I was a virgin until I had, quote, sexual encounters with Nick. And then she says, I went to prison. I had sexual encounters with women.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ryan was my first intercourse partner ever. And I just wrote,
Oh.
ooh.
But the way I thought she banged I thought she banged the vampire.
Okay, that's what we all thought.
We thought that too.
Right? People
Remember,
out
she
there are gonna
said that
say,
they had difficulties
That's true.
Oh.
and she thought it was sex.
maybe,
Okay.
maybe they needed a
I
cock
don't know.
ring.
Um,
I mean, vampires, I think, don't have a lot of blood flow, so that could be the problem.
That could have been it.
That's true.
Same.
Well, and this explains the whole D is fire. She had nothing to compare it to.
Right. It worked. That made it fire.
I
Yeah.
still think that she was lying to herself.
Oh,
bit.
100%.
A
I
big part
mean,
of
who amongst us hasn't convinced ourselves that D is fire?
Yeah.
when she was trying to buy the wings, though, that was the other red flag for me. Because that kind of rang back to the Nick relationship as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a little alarming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things to keep an eye on.
She loves a little bedroom costume.
Her
Little bit.
propensity towards princess life is a little nerving for someone in their mid-30s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say, I'm going to give a hot take, though, and people can come for me if they would like. I welcome it. I like Gypsy. I really do. Like, there's something about her I just like. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't dislike her.
I think she's acting like a fool sometimes, but I think she is, I don't know, like, she's somebody I would probably, like, hang out with.
I think so too. I think she's obviously like very immature and
Yeah.
she needs
Right,
to learn
sure.
a little bit more about life.
Yeah.
But, she's not like an unlikable person.
Right.
Which
She's
is
a
why
likable person. Like, I like
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
I
I
think
mean,
she-
most of the internet would agree.
Well,
or disagree.
Disagree.
Right.
But
Well,
I
that's what I'm
think
saying. People are going to come for me.
Well,
she
let us
needs
know.
to-
Blue or
she-
red?
Blue-
Blue or red? Do
Agree,
you like Gypsy or
disagree.
not? Blue or red?
she needs to hang out with her sister more and get
Yes.
some of
Mia's
that.
the only smart one in this
Mia-
family.
Mia
Yes.
needs to just like rub off a little bit of personality traits onto Gypsy, so then that way we can just get a little bit more, impulse control.
Right.
And
She has
just,
poor impulse control, but you know what it is? I think there's an authenticity to her.
Mhm.
I really do. And
Mhm.
I don't know. I think half the internet thinks she's fake as fuck. But I feel like she's genuine. But then again, I'm a terrible judge of character.
That's
So,
true. You're into Rod.
I don't know, Amanda. You guide me through this forest. What are you
Ugh.
thinking?
I think she's likable.
Okay.
I really do.
All right.
Do
Blue
I
for
think
yes. Blue for yes.
Yeah.
do I think she has the ability to scam people? Of course. How could she not? That's what she was literally raised to do.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't know how to do anything. I feel like she's really trying to do the right thing.
Agree.
Whether she does it or not, she's trying to do the right thing.
I
Yeah.
agree.
She needs some friends who give her like a little dose of reality, though. Like, that's what I saw missing in the conversation with Bri, too, where they're talking about going to go shop for lingerie, and Gypsy's talking about how things have like slowed down in the bedroom and she's a little concerned. And there's like no follow-up questions. Like,
Right. Did
What
you
do
see
you
the People
mean?
magazine article that came out
no.
today?
oh,
Okay,
No.
today. People magazine online. Gypsy Rose says there's problems in the bedroom and, talks like something just really gross. And I was like,
Gross.
seriously, that's completely out of context. They were like in a sex shop
Right.
talking
Yeah.
about it.
Well, we know she has no problem giving us the full details of everything
Yeah.
that has occurred. So why, as a friend, why not ask her, what do you mean by that?
Right.
Because-
like, are you not banging? Are you feeling like it's uncomfortable because you don't feel good in your body because you're pregnant? Like, what's
And-
happening?
So I can speak to this a little bit because I was in a surprise pregnancy rushed relationship. I think too, like when she's talking about how she needs to prioritize their relationship so they're not just parents, like I felt that so hard because I started dating my husband in September. I found out I was pregnant in April. We were parents by December. We were married in July, parents by December. So it was like boom, 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 boom. And I
Uh-huh.
often say to you, Amanda, like we never really knew each other as
Right. It's
because even when you're pregnant, you're parents, right? Like everything's about the baby. And we were
Right.
having two. So everything was about
Yeah.
the babies.
Mm-hmm.
So like I just think she's panicking, but she doesn't realize like many, not everyone, but many pregnant women will tell you that sex does slow down a little bit. There's a lot going on. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? There's a lot of different emotions, a lot of physical changes. So I think this is a normal thing, but she's just freaking out about it because she's thinking we're newly together.
right. Shouldn't we
We
be
should
banging
be
all the
fucking
time?
like rabbits. Yeah.
And
That's-
the span, the frequency too, is if they're, I mean, they gave us a number. It was 12 in the span of 4 days at one point. So it's like,
Ouch.
if you're talking about
Wait,
that
what?
frequency,
Yeah.
Jizz Fest.
That
That's
was
what they
Jizz
did
Fest.
over Jizz Fest.
we are lovingly
Jizz Fest.
referring to it as Jizz Fest, but it was
They
at
had
their
Sex
reunite.
12 times in 4 days.
4 days.
That's why she's pregnant.
yes. Shocker.
There was no way to get around it. I
No.
mean, at that
Okay.
point.
He was getting her knocked up come hell or high water.
Somehow I missed that detail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. But like
Yeah.
that's a great example of a conversation of like someone explaining what life is like, or how about the expectation of having sex 12 times in 4 days? That's
Yeah.
that's not a lot
Not
of people's
reasonable.
realities, girl.
The bar's
And
real high.
we see Ken. Ken is freaking out. We see this. It's written all over his face.
Yeah.
He is freaked out. And I understand, like, I get that. The look on my husband's face was very similar for many months. So, like, maybe he's just not all boned up right now. Do you know what I mean? He's like, I got to adjust to this shit.
He's all
And so,
locked
like-
up. He's very
Yeah.
nervous.
So I think that she is thinking of it minus the pregnancy, and she has to factor in the pregnancy to it.
Mhm.
You're knocked up, girl. Red for yes, blue for no.
But Bri's not helping in that of
No.
offering advice.
No.
There was a lot of parroting things back where
Yeah.
it was very like Andy from The Office, where it was just Gypsy says something and then Bri would put a positive spin on it and repeat it back to her. And it was just like, okay, that's not helpful. You're not contributing anything to this at all.
No, Bri's useless. Are we surprised Christy sicked a useless person onto Gypsy? No.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I'm
Did
waiting.
we think it was going to happen? Red for yes, blue for no.
And I'm just waiting for the day when Ryan DMs Christy and then Christy's going to be like, Ryan's been reaching out to me. It's like
He's a
the
real good
reverse.
guy after all.
He's a pretty good guy. I
Pretty
mean,
good guy.
I think he
He's
means
really-
well.
Just talk to him.
Just talk to him.
When I watched that season, I went bananas because Christy manipulated the hell out of her.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Wow, that was
That's
bad.
because she has the hots for Ken.
She
What
just
is she
wants him
not getting
around.
at home that she needs to look outside that
gonna
relationship?
say.
You know what she's not getting at home. Rod's never home.
He's gone a lot.
Sounds
MIA.
perfect.
Oh.
He's never home, and then when he is, he's hot and banging her. Okay, then he goes away for 30 days. Great.
Actually, it's not a bad deal.
Right,
If you
she's
think
a
about
baby with her age. This is perfect.
She can watch her murder shows on her couch, get banged when Rod rolls through town.
She could have John Bonet solved by the time Ron gets back.
Ooh, we should team her up with your mom, Amy.
Oh, there you
Ooh.
go.
There you
There
go.
you go.
As
Mhm,
long as she doesn't have to put her rain gear on, I think
Yeah.
that's the big
She's
thing
very
for
busy.
her. Oh man.
Maybe Gypsy needs to get on like Bumble BFF or something.
I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy though.
Mm-mm. So she gets the test results, and here's the impulse control.
Yeah.
She's just like boom, boom, boom. Can't get a hold of Ryan. Boom, boom, boom. Or can't get a hold of Ken. I mean,
Yeah.
Can't.
Well,
Not
both.
Ryan. She could get a hold of Ryan
I'm
tomorrow if you want to.
Ryan's easy to
Ryan's
find.
just waiting. Yeah.
He's not alive at the
he
very
needs
moment.
it.
If I were Ken, I would be fucking furious.
I would be
Yeah.
furious too.
I would
Yeah.
be furious.
Because I think the big point is for her to be like, oh, he's not answering his phone because he's at work. Okay, well, you're about to post something that his phone is going to be blowing up for the
Mhm.
rest of the day. So, like, if
Good
he didn't
point.
have time to answer the one call, like, he's going to be so confused as what the hell is popping off over here.
Not only that, what if I was sitting at that bar, my
That's what I
phone
was
would
just gonna say.
absolutely go off with Amanda texting me the results are in,
right.
and I would be like, "Oh my God, Ken,
You are the father. You're not the father. You are the father. And he'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Do you want a beer? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be so pissed off.
Me
I was
too.
so ready to blame it on Bri. And then we finally got to see it. And I'm like, man, in the time that she got out of the car and pumped some gas.
And grabbed a Red Bull.
Gypsy already drafted an entire post and like was ready to hit go. Or she already did.
It's already.
Was it live?
She's so, because her maturity level is of a second grader.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She is so embattled with Ryan. Like, it's just, she just wants to win the fight with him. It's
Mhm.
all about that.
It's
like,
very 14-year-old
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah.
Like, broke up with my boyfriend, and now I need to get everyone on my side that he's the wrong
Mhm.
one.
Mhm.
Yeah, we haven't gotten past that.
and Ken is like, what, 20, 30? How old is he? 25, 27, 30? I'm just
Ken is
throwing
older
numbers
than
out there.
her.
It's impossible
think
to know.
Ken is older than her.
Oh, so Ken is like 35, 36. Ken's an adult, is my point. And he sees this from a logical standpoint, and he's trying to
Oh.
get her. How old is he?
They're both 31.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, wait,
but
no.
he's a rough
31.
31.
She's older.
Oh.
And
she's 33.
33.
Yeah.
He's 31. She's 33. But he's an adult.
He's an adult.
Yeah.
And he's like trying to get her to be an adult. And it's like, dude, that's going to take a lot of therapy and a lot of time.
Mhm.
What happened to
does-
therapy? Weren't they going? The first episode was couples therapy, and then we've never
I
gone
need
back.
more of that. I
They
get
need to
some
go
in
back.
front of Orna. I need it.
Oh, you
Yeah.
need Orna.
Yes.
She'll get them figured out.
Oh man,
Ugh.
I would pay extra just to watch that.
I would
That'd be the
volunteer.
best season of couples
Ooh.
therapy ever.
I would volunteer to pay Orna's salary. I don't know how I'd have to take out a second mortgage on my house, but I
And she
could do it.
charges like $700 an hour. Amy.
Yeah.
You might want to rethink that.
I would be like, okay, I'll send you to Cutoff, and I'll pay your living expenses in Cutoff.
Right.
Can we do that? Can we do it that way?
You can live with Ken. He's got a free room for a while.
He's got a spare room.
You can live on Rod's boat for a couple of months.
Hey,
Go
hey,
trawling.
Whoa.
whoa.
Yeah, you can't be giving that space away.
No.
But
So, what did you guys think of Ken when the camera's at his house and he's angrily folding the towels?
Ken is so upset that he is folding his laundry on the dining room table.
Yeah.
S-
He can't even fold it where it belongs.
Mm-mm.
I-
I
felt like he
on a
needed to
dining
be-
room table, though.
Wha- oh,
Was it well?
was it clean?
Was it clean?
It was clean.
You cleaned
Yeah,
it down?
yeah,
but-
of course.
Yeah. I don't know if Ken did.
Yeah,
I don't know if
Ken's
Ken
list,
did.
but I've done
See,
it on
I
a clean
disagree.
plate.
I think Ken is a neat freak.
Okay.
Okay.
I think-
he
I don't know.
is
He had
wound
that-
a little tight.
He had that gross brush like under the sink.
Yeah.
Well, that was
The
his girlfriend's,
ex-girlfriend's.
and he needed it in case there's ever a DNA test that needs to be done. He had to have some hair.
It's a memento.
I mean, if we've learned nothing,
He's got a
just
type.
keep some hair from all of your exes in little
true.
bags.
Oh,
'Cause
that's
you never
not
know when
weird
you're
at
gonna
all.
need it.
Mm.
That's not weird at all. I think the fact that you would have hair in little bags is the sign that people would come and look for you because you had hair in little bags.
It's true. If we've
Yeah.
learned nothing from Paul and Carini, you know,
It tends to freak people out a little bit.
Yeah, they don't know what to do with that.
I thought he needed to be more upset than he was.
I think he was more upset than he was showing us because
Yeah.
he wasn't really
Yeah.
talking about it.
he was suppressing the rage. That was
Yes.
a suppressed rage smile.
This is
Yeah.
great.
My problem with it is that he made it very clear to her that he didn't like her entire plan of how she was going to share this stuff on the internet.
Yeah.
And this has happened before where he continually expresses a boundary and then she completely bulldozes over it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I think he has every right to be really pissed about it. But he seems to not be expressing that as much as it really is upsetting him on the inside.
Yeah, he's suppressing the rage. I've seen that smile on many a man's face. He's suppressing the rage.
Are we becoming Ken apologists?
Well, I hated Ken. So let's have our Ken chat now, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's talk
Not a
Ken.
good look to the beginning of the season with that dinner.
Restaurant
Real
dinner.
bad.
Restaurant was real bad.
Mm-hmm.
Not a fan.
No, and I still think so. What I think happened is there was a come to Jesus moment off camera where she was like, you can never look like that again
Yeah.
on camera. Like, because if there's one thing Gypsy is, it's she's aware of the camera at all times.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, don't ever do that again because, you know, people are going to start talking about us. And now he's on his best behavior and he's just shoving the rage down
Because
and
he
folding the
hates
towels.
her.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
hates her.
This
I don't
should
think
be
he
what she's
resents
concerned
her.
about.
He resents her, yeah.
Ugh.
Never mind how many times they're having sex. She should be worried about what the long-term effects of her continually doing this stuff and pissing him off is going to be.
Because she knows too. Because like even when they're driving to their baby moon, it's tense. It's awkward in the car. There is just like unspoken just tension. It's all in
Yeah.
the car. And she's like, I can sense there's a little something. Like, is everything okay? And he's just like, yeah, it's good. It's great. And he's wound even tighter than he's ever been for
Yep.
this entire season.
Do you think they genuinely like each other?
I think she likes him.
I think she's real into him. I don't think he likes her.
I
Yeah.
think it's the dog that caught the car.
Yeah.
He's like, oh,
Now
this
what
is
do I
all
do?
that comes with this. And I didn't, because don't forget, when he was dating her before, none of this was going on.
Right.
She was in prison. Then he breaks up with her, and the timeline's real fuzzy on that. It sounds like he broke up with her for that other girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mhm.
That's what it sounds like.
You
to
mean
me.
not for her own good and personal growth?
No, sweet summer child, Carly. No. No.
Her own
Are you
personal
sure?
growth.
Is Ken a dog? Red for yes, blue for no. Red for yes, blue for no. But I think that he is now like, I'm not ready for all of this shit that comes with her.
Mhm.
And she's not willing to do the things he needs her to do to make that stuff go away.
Right.
Which is stay off social media.
Yeah.
Stop talking to people. Stop feeding the trolls. She's not able to do that yet.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
I don't know if
I
she ever
think-
will.
I think he is horrified that he got her pregnant.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that because they had plenty of people warning them. So I think he was a willing participant in
I'm
the
dying to
12
know-
times.
Dying to know what went on there. Like, did she tell him she was on the pill? Did he use a
Right.
condom and it broke? Did they just raw dog it? Was he pulling out? I need to know all the details.
They
I
ran
think they
out.
raw dogged all weekend.
They
I
brought-
think they raw dogged all
yeah,
weekend.
yeah.
Well, then
He
Ken,
brought
fuck
two.
off, my love. Like,
That's
come
what I'm
on,
saying.
dude.
They brought 2 condoms and they burned through those in the first 30 minutes.
in the first
He's
2
like, oh, I
hours.
can't reuse it.
I washed it out real good.
Ugh.
Gross.
Ugh.
It's disgusting.
No, I don't understand. Well, but still, there's a difference between being caught up in the moment and raw dogging and standing there holding a sonogram photo. Those are 2 very different emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And,
And
just fest.
we saw the look on his face when he was outside that office. And he's like, it's
Right.
a baby. He's horrified.
I think he should be. I mean,
Mhm.
they really don't know each other that well. They know each other
No.
from the time that she was in prison. But again, that's a completely different experience than someone
Yep.
being out and then all of the fame and I don't know if you want to call it fame,
yeah.
but all of
It's
the
fame.
yeah, the fame and everything with the internet and the whole way the relationship went down with Ryan, like and the criticism. There's a lot of baggage that comes with being with Gypsy.
The fact that their love art says established in 2017.
I know.
You're cheating. You're lying. That's not
They
true.
are holding on as hard as they can to that 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
They're forgetting a whole marriage happened in between.
Oh, yeah.
And a whole other relationship.
That
Oh, and I
left-
know 7 years.
A
Yep.
whole other relationship that Ken has the DNA proof of. If he ever needs it. If you ever want to frame someone, just a little handful of their hair at a crime scene.
I'm surprised that Gypsy didn't have some of Ryan's DNA.
Ugh.
No?
Hopefully. Yeah. I mean,
He was brushing his hair in the kitchen,
Gross.
remember?
Gross.
God.
Oh, yeah. Like over the plates.
Got
Ugh.
to be
With the
DNA
sweaty
everywhere.
hovering. The
You
sweaty
know he has
hovering.
dandruff. You just know it.
Mm.
I
It's
just took a
unfortunate.
DNA test, turns out.
It's unfortunate. I remember, I want to say I was in like 7th or 8th grade and I had a little bit of dandruff and I had to use the Seltz Blue.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a
And I
burn,
was so
though.
mortified because one of my girlfriends came over and saw the Seltz Blue in my
Oh.
shower and I was like, oh, that's my dad's. Like, I didn't know what to do.
I didn't ask if that I didn't ask whose it was.
Yeah.
No, I'm like, I had dandruff. What are you
Whatever.
gonna do? You know.
Well, yeah, it's tough being a goth kid in
Yeah,
high
yeah.
school too, and the
tough.
dandruff. It's It's a
That's
whole
what happens
extra
when you have
layer.
dark hair.
You go to the roller rink, and then the black light comes on, and then it's
Yep.
very
Everybody
apparent.
sees. Everybody sees.
Oh boy, that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Do you think
Anyway.
they stuck to the no phone rule the whole time they were on the baby
No,
moon?
because they didn't. They're not. I really respect that they wanted to be tech free and lose the phones and only have the camera crew there.
So romantic.
So
It's
intimate,
really,
romantic.
Yeah,
We
really
can
personal
unwind.
time.
Yeah, relax, disconnect.
The place was cute though.
Ken
It was cute.
Ken was afraid for his life. I will say that, especially when she said.
Deliverance could have walked out of the woods at any given moment.
Well, I think he was
But-
putting the pieces together too. He goes, "It's a secluded area.
Uh-huh.
We're off in the woods." And then also she's telling me, "Give me your phone. I'm going to hide our phones." And he's like, "I don't like that.
I'm not up for that.
I didn't sign up for that. Not
like,
that part."
like there's the 10% of me that wonders if you're a murderer.
Mhm.
Maybe he's not sleeping well at night.
Maybe.
The
Probably.
two
That's
nights
why
a
he's so
week.
grouchy.
I just wrote they're going to the baby moon and Ken has a puss on.
Oh.
Amanda, like our mothers would say, he has a puss on.
He has got a puss on his face.
Mhm,
Mhm.
mhm. Yes, he
Mhm.
does. He says, "I wish Gypsy Rose would just shut up sometimes." Wow. Okay.
I feel like that was pulled from another conversation, and then they just kind of dropped that in right for the baby moon.
Well, and Corey, I'm going to let you handle this part. We get a cameo from Ryan. Do you want to take this away?
Well, hey everybody! I just thanks for joining live. Yeah, I saw Gypsy's post over there on the Instagram, and just made me cry a little bit. I felt it down to the 10% of me that still believes that maybe I could be the father. I just want to remind y'all that I do have legal claim on this child based on the statutes and limitations in the state of Louisiana. Why was he?
He was down
so
to the
hooked?
day.
Why?
300 days.
Hadn't been 300 days, and I legally I am.
He was just like,
the
"That's
father.
the law.
That
That's the Louisiana law."
I'll tell ya.
sue me,
I
like
like how he's like, "I'm 90% sure I'm not the father, but there's 10% of me."
Couldn't go with the right.
and 100% of the law says
Sure.
I am the father.
And then when he gets the result, he's like, "Well, Ken, you're still a homewrecker. Still a homewrecker, in my opinion. In my opinion.
It's official
But
now.
congratulations. Congratulations. You won. Your sperm got to the finish line before mine. Good job. Good job."
Why Ken great till he got to be great? I don't know. There it is.
Yeah, it's the fact that he feels the need to call him a home wrecker over and over again that brings me tremendous joy.
Mm-hmm.
I do think it was weird though that she didn't even give Ryan a heads up that she was getting a test done, and just went ahead and did it, posted it on the internet, and was like, "Well, that's how you find out."
He forced her hand though,
He did.
because
Yeah.
Ken actually made a good point. She made a good point. Ken was like, "Why don't we just send the results to Ryan?"
Mm-hmm.
And Gypsy's like, "He'll never share them with everybody, or he'll alter them." Could you
Mhm.
imagine?
Oh,
Wait,
I
how would
believe
he
it.
alter them? He would have like white out and then just handwrite
It'd
over
be
it.
so poorly done.
It would be really bad.
Crudely pasted
Justice
in.
for Pixie.
I don't know though, Carly. I
don't know what Pixie needs justice from, but justice for Pixie.
I heard the story of you trying to doctor your siblings'
Oh, it's a real thing.
Report card.
report card
yeah.
there.
It's a real
Didn't
thing.
go good,
That worked.
No.
We used to
that
do
was-
that
It
all the time.
worked.
That worked.
but it didn't go good.
Although
Mhm.
Ryan's a teacher, so he's seen all kinds of things.
That's true.
Right?
He knows
He's got to be a
shenanigans.
pro at this.
He'd be onto it pretty
That's
quick,
true.
probably.
Ryan's a
that
teacher, and all his students love him, and they were all real happy for him when they said when she said his D was fire.
Mm. I
Kids, you
swear
heard
to
my
God,
D was fire, right, kids? You heard that? My
if
D's
I'd
fire?
been in school and I had found out that somebody said my teacher's D was fire, I think I would like plunge myself off a
Um,
bridge.
Oh,
If I
I don't
was-
think I
never go
could
to the
handle
class
that.
again.
That teacher
was-
was Ryan? Mm-mm.
No, even worse.
Nope. Sorry.
If I was in school and like Mr. Langan married a convicted murderer, I'd be like, "What?"
Not just a convicted murderer, Gypsy Rose Blanchard, like the
Right.
most famous Munchausen by proxy
Right. and
Victim in
Mr.
the
Langham's
world.
D is fire. I'd be like, no.
No.
I'd be
Can we get back
really-
to Taming of the Shrew, please? No.
Really torn between dropping out of the class or showing up every day and asking intrusive questions.
Amy, was your Shakespeare club teacher a man or a woman?
How dare you? Amanda has to bring it up.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I was in a Shakespeare club that I founded in high school, and I was the only member, so my teacher joined to make me feel better.
Oh.
Aw, I would have joined.
Her name
Well,
go.
I've got a
was-
Shakespeare story for you. I
Ooh.
ruined the bell curve in 9th grade English because I did so
Oh.
well on the Romeo and Juliet test.
Okay.
Wow.
Everybody was
See?
upset with me.
There you
Mm.
go. There you go. Her name was Mrs. Spalletta, and I'm going to give her a shout out because she deserves it because she was an amazing teacher.
Okay,
Yeah.
there we go. But
Right.
you don't know about her DB and fire.
I don't know about it.
Sorry, Mrs. Spalletta.
Nope,
You
don't
seem
know.
like a lovely lady. I'm sorry to have disparaged you in this way.
She's still around. I should get an interview with her about the Shakespeare Club.
Oh, that'd be great.
Get a real talk with her, Amy.
So how's the D been lately?
Mhm.
The most relatable thing about Ryan, though, was not being able to pronounce Ken's last name.
Urkel.
Same.
Steve Urkel. I think it's Stephen Urkel.
Amanda,
Did
do you
I do
remember-
that?
Do
I
you
don't
remember Matt and Jake's reaction when you rolled out Aurora?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jake couldn't even conceive of what
They
I
were
was
very
talking
upset.
about.
They were
Yeah,
very upset.
real
by it.
upset. This baby's name's Aurora.
Aurora.
You don't really have to open your mouth much to get there. Yeah.
Just kind of
Oh
folds.
my God. Can we
Yeah.
get Aurora Brown to marry in to the
Ooh.
Urker family? Then we can have 2 Aurora Urkers.
Oh my God, that
Oh,
would be
yeah.
amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So I have one final kind of big question. Big question. Amanda just said balloons. Go up.
Balloons.
Do we think this show gets a season 3? Because I don't.
Oh, I do.
I had
do.
a bigger question than that, but yes, I think it definitely gets a season 3. We were talking about how this show could go on forever.
Because she's just
Oh.
so inept at
It's
like
like-
navigating life.
It's like Third Rock from the Sun. Like you can just you can keep going for a while.
Okay.
Like there's so many different things for her to explore and experience and learn about and fuck up along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just
Right.
hope we don't have to see this baby be like fucked up.
yeah.
I'm not saying she's gonna hurt the baby.
I actually think she's going to be a good mother.
I think she's gonna be a good mother too. I'm not worried about the safety of this baby, like all that
Yeah.
bullshit. But like we don't need to see this baby. This baby
Yeah.
this baby's gonna have a hard enough life being Gypsy Rose's kid. She doesn't need more
I
Is the
think
baby
they
going to
could
have
film,
a hard knock life?
for us.
hmm
I think they could film the show without showing the baby, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
for
At
sure.
least for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I know she's
You know
trying
what
to
would
do
fix
that.
More Rod.
More.
More Rod, less Aurora Urker.
Yeah, let's get into that situation. What's going on over
explore
there?
Give the people what they want.
Subplot. What's happening over there in Rod and Christie's marriage?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just
And Ken.
inquiring minds want to know.
There's a triangle.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
And Ken. Yeah, plus Ken.
Yeah. So Corey, you have a bigger question.
The real question that I would pose is, do you burn marshmallows for s'mores?
Oh,
I've had them both ways.
Okay.
Amy goes
I-
both ways. Okay.
I don't really have a preference.
Oh, I do.
Interesting.
I don't.
I do.
I am a s'more sexual. I'll go anyway. I s'more.
You s'more. I am team burned,
Okay.
but what I will do is I will burn it, take off the burned part, eat that, and then retoast.
Mm.
So you get
Oh.
a
You
double
gotta
toasting.
Go back
Oh,
for
wow.
a second layer.
Mm-hmm.
A double burn.
Interesting.
A double burn, if you will.
That's right. Corey, do you have strong opinions on this? I feel you do.
I like the golden, the melted mallow, but not the burn, because I think there's a challenge there. That's just because I always end up burning it too. So
Mm.
Mhm.
No, I just set them right on fire.
yeah.
Don't even try.
Mm.
Carly?
Okay.
Oh, I grew up with everything burnt because my mom couldn't cook. So,
Mm.
Well, same girl.
you know, it's an
I
acquired
prefer
taste.
burnt pancakes because my mother couldn't
I
cook.
didn't know
First
chicken
one.
tasted like leather. Like I didn't know it didn't taste like
Tastes like
leather.
leather,
I was
yeah.
like, whoa, what's this?
Do you want to tell
Mhm.
the story of watching my mom and aunt make a pancake?
Oh man, yeah, that was when we visited. I think that was my first time visiting your aunt,
Yeah. Yeah.
and so woke up that morning and we went downstairs and they offered up pancakes and I was like, pancakes sound good. Sure. Like, let's do pancakes. And I watched them pour the batter
Just
in
one massive pancake.
one huge pancake. And I was like, that's going to burn. And burn it did. Burn it shall.
Did they want you all to, like Willy Wonka and the grandparents in the bed, like share the pancake?
I don't know what the plan was because I don't think there was a plate big enough to hold this. Or, I don't know what
Were
the
they
plan
gonna
was.
quarter the pancake, maybe?
I don't remember if we
Grandma
shared
Grandma Josephine, Grandpa Joe.
Yeah.
Right.
it. Burned and
Grandma
served,
Georgina.
though.
Burned and, I
That's
mean.
for sure.
I think we just
Ended
had to
up on a
kind of,
plate.
we like picked off the top, like leave the
Yeah.
Okay.
the
I didn't know
husk
till I was
behind.
much older that pancakes weren't burned and vaguely like hockey pucks. I didn't know
I
that.
don't think
But
my
you don't
mother
have to
ever made me a pancake.
Take a
Yeah.
knife and get that first layer of char off of everything.
Yeah. it's good.
Scrapey scrapes.
Good times.
I was a Cookie Crunch kid. Here's your Cookie Crunch or your whatever.
Yeah, usually cereal was the fallback because it was, if you don't like what was made, then it's fend for yourself. And it was like, all right, well, then cereal, I guess. So,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cereal's the all-purpose.
For
If you don't know
everything.
what else to eat, just eat some cereal.
Yeah, we would dive through a box of cereal just to get the piece of shit plastic thing at the bottom,
oh, yeah,
sure.
which was pointless.
but worth
Sure,
it. Yeah, and it was a fun adventure, though.
All right,
like-
guys, I think we said it all.
Well, it's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we covered these fools.
This was
Did we say it all? Red for yes, blue for no. Red for yes, blue for no.
I feel like this was a bridge episode. I'm hoping that, the next one, it seems like it's going to pop off with the interactions between Ken and Rod.
The
Do you
dolphin.
think maybe Rod will just
I can't
Just-
wait.
throw Ken right in the drink?
I can't wait.
He's going to, accidentally cast back and just hook him.
You're right. Ken, you're right. I think I do see an orca over there.
Just lean over the boat a little further.
Yeah.
I will tell you, this is a little bit of a spoiler, but on 90 Day this week, Sarper goes whale watching in Monterey.
Shut up.
Swear.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
God. This is what I need this week.
Mm-hmm.
I need this.
Yeah. Do you
It's a
guys watch
rough
90
week.
Day?
We fell off a couple seasons ago.
Okay.
Is it like how far is it into the current season?
8 episodes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's like catch upable.
And there is
Yeah.
a horrifically yet delightful thruple.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. We got
Yeah.
thruple.
We got a thruple. We've
Thruple
got
alert.
Sarper. And
Mhm.
Sarper's just joy. Sarper's just discovering animals around America, and it's delightful.
Anytime you guys want to come on to talk 90 Day,
Come on
hop
over.
on over.
all
Oh,
right.
yeah.
We'll have to catch up because
Mhm.
it really was like one of my faves.
Mhm.
And then once you get too far and you miss, like
I
that's too
know.
many hours.
You can also pop by and talk Real Housewives of Salt Lake City anytime you'd like.
Oh,
Yeah.
please.
We were going to
Yes.
invite you on for this.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Love,
good.
love, love,
Mhm.
love. I
Okay.
love that.
I love that.
I'll wear my Lisa Barlow shirt.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Oh, yeah,
Wait,
bring it over.
you're the fan of Lisa Barlow, right, Carly?
She's still holding out, holding
Okay.
strong.
The fan? There's only
The,
one.
It's just
The-
me.
the only.
I already find her annoying, and it's only 5 episodes. So
No, she owns Sundance.
she
so
owns
Don't
Sundance.
piss her
So.
off.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, friends.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.